I do. I hate this. This sucks. I'm trying to think if maybe a different character, like someone like Toad might be better, just he's faster. You know, but I don't know if he would be. Okay, we gain time on that one. We're gonna lose time on the wall climb, though. I mean, I'm so used to using the Princess's Flutter, though. Like, I don't know if Toad would be a good choice at all. That works. I'll take it. You're supposed to do that. Yeah, you came in a very good part. I mean, not that there's much in the way of parts left, to be honest with you. Like, it's as soon as I can get this star house done, or whatever you want to call this, we're going on to the final level. I just have to actually complete this, and I just keep on having trouble at later stages of the level. Whew. Okay, we got it. Could get another cat soup, but I don't think we necessarily need it. No! God freaking... Ah! I am so upset. I am so upset at this level. This level is the epitome of suckage. Like, some of these sections are so easy, too. But for some reason, like, some of these sections and me, we just do not mesh. We don't understand each other. There are communication problems altogether. Stay on that goddamn switch. Like, I'm just so upset at this level. This level is just upsetting. The good news is you came in just in time to see me rage. Excuse you? Goody goody. Hopefully I actually get the catsuit, because otherwise, if I don't get the catsuit in that level, we lose. So hopefully that level gives me a catsuit, even though I'm small. That's the good part, seeing me rage. You know what? You're not wrong. I'm sure many people agree with you. Come on! Okay. That was really close to not getting the timer. Okay, there's a second catsuit I'm gonna get here, just in case. Just so I have to. Just in case anything stupid happens from this point onwards. Okay. That's how we can solve that problem. Okay, which one's the next one? Is it the rabbit? No, it's not the rabbit yet. Excuse me? I don't understand exactly why I wasn't allowed to have that. Just like the game, just like, no, you don't get to jump on this one. Well, I thought this stream would be like maybe an hour long, like we'd get the last couple levels done. You know, it would be a simple matter of just doing things, but no, the game has decided these are going to be painful. You've had all the easy levels and the medium levels. This is hard mode now. I mean, I guess if it's the final world, I guess that makes sense, but at the same time, like, this is just plain irritating. That's gonna be the amazing thing. Mario 3D World has only made me salty, like, 2 or 3 times. And this is one of them. I'm finding new ways to fail that I've never failed before. And that's probably the problem. I'm probably, because I'm getting salty, I'm having trouble. That's probably the case, honestly. If I can just take a couple deep breaths. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Woosah. Woosah. You know, one of the books I'm reading, it's, you know, a modern-day human stuck in a fantasy realm. Kind of the usual thing that I've been reading lately. But he keeps on bringing up a variety of popular culture references. And he's kind of the king of his own kingdom. And he's talking to his chamberlain. And the chamberlain's all stressed out. And he tells him, you know, relax, relax, woosah, woosah. And, like, it's spelled phonetically, so I read it, and I read it as woosah, and it took me a split second to think, you know, bad boys, and then I'm like, and the book outright comments that most of his people at this point are aware of his kind of inane references that they're never gonna understand, they just kind of let it pass. But I was sitting there thinking, like, you have these references, what are these people gonna think about them? Like, when you pass along this reference that they just don't understand, what are they gonna think? Give me that. It's an amusing question. Like, what would people think? You know, being told, chill, dude, woosah, in, like, the Middle Ages. Several hard ones complete. See, that's how this section is supposed to go. Oh, right. This one's this. This is the damn rabbit. Just give me the star. Okay. What's next? Okay, basketball. Easy. Okay, what's next? Bullies, okay. easy. Okay, we got this one. Oh, God. Oh, God. Got it. Okay. Whew. Okay. Got this one. I forget which one we lost at now. This one. Okay. For that exact same reason. Okay, we're just gonna pop that. Okay. We've moved on. Now we're blind again. Screw that noise. I'm not doing that noise. I will stylus it up. Okay, what am I supposed to do? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Oh. Oh. Oh, god damn it. Okay, I get it. Oh, that's irritating. I saw they were piranha plants. I didn't see they were in a pot. God damn it. Well, there's another bit of blind level. Just figuring out what the hell to do in it. Well, the ones that I have an addiction to are... They're called lit RPGs. Like, the idea is you got thrown into a real world that still runs by RPG rules. And so, you know, sometimes it's really, kind of contrived the way they make the RPG rules work. But, yeah, it's kind of interesting stuff, especially when, like, NPCs are aware. Not that they're NPCs, but they're aware of how RPG rules work, and that's kind of normal to them. And so there's an entire genre of this that I've been enjoying reading for the past couple months, actually. But, you know, going up to an NPC and being like, yeah, so you're having trouble in this fight. Can you tell me why? Well, it's because I only have a strength of 6. Like, to have an NPC that is actually aware of information like that is just fantastic. Can I, please? Thank you. But also to see, like, veteran RPG players who kind of know how stats work, know how skills work, things like that, kind of manipulating the world to their favor is kind of awesome. Give me that. At least on some of these rounds, I'm at least understanding it better. Like, we're having an easier time completing these. And I'm having a better idea of what the order of these is, so I can kind of be prepared for when stupid's about to happen. Like this level, for example. Lets me kind of just get prepared for that series of jumps I have to do. Hello, Sergio El Muerto. How's it going? Okay. Let's try that again. There we go. What's next? Bunny rabbit. Just stay right there. You colossal pain in the ass. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of different takes on that idea, and I've read some that are good, some that are not so good, but and a lot of them tend to take a lot of the same storyline concepts, but I have found several that have kind of cool ideas behind them. You know, what I find is that it's the one little idea, the one thing that really makes it different is what catches my attention. Can't really focus on that right now because levels are starting to come hard and fast again. Okay, so we have this problem again. Okay, just that. Okay, fine. Fine. I won't be allowed to do it. 100%ing it? Kind of. I recently learned that 100% means completing every level with every character, which I will not be doing because I just don't have that kind of time. I will, however, be picking up every green star, every golden flagpole, and every stamp. That being said, we are on the very final world, and we have collected everything thus far. So this is actually going to be the last stream of this. Because the problem is, this particular level is driving me up the wall. Like, for example, Mako, there's one that I've been reading called... Or, what? Not been reading. The series is finished. Not finished reading it. But there was one called Emerillia, the Trapped Mind Project. And the idea was that... you know, it's a couple thousand years in the future. This alien race has successfully annihilated humans, and but they found that we're kind of weird. We're unlike most other races in that we just don't stop fighting. We're just kind of amazing that way. So this alien race decides that we would be particularly useful to take out their enemies for them, and they try to figure out how to make humans fight for them because, you know, naturally we never agreed with them. We didn't want to be a slave race, things like that. And they found that if they looked in our history, we're very good at gaming and we get trapped in gaming. So they decided to make a world which would act like a video game. And then every so often there would be, you know, secret event, go to the world of blank and defeat the blanks. And instead of being an actual, like, video game event, it would be real. So the idea is we grow up for the first, you know, 20 or so years of our life inside of a simulation of Earth, think the Matrix, which is entirely designed to throw shit at us that would make us into loner gamers. You know, stuff that would just make it so we would end up growing up gaming. So, for example, one would be a person who, you know, grew up, went to the military, got blown up by an IED, lost both of his legs, and then, so, naturally, yep, we're boned. I just apparently can't make that jump now. You know, lost both of his legs, so now he's a gamer because he lost both of his legs. Or putting someone in a position where they are a high-powered executive, this is what happens to the main character. They're a high-powered executive. That sucked. And so they don't really have any way to relate to other people because everybody wants something from them, so they turn to gaming to kind of get away from all of that. So then you get into the game, and then the idea is just level up. Well, turns out one of the creatures who made this world, the guy who, like, the one who actually made the world, kind of doesn't agree with humans being slaves and it being basically a zoo. So he decides to let this one guy have powers that he would normally not be able to have, and then slowly help him, you know, tell him the truth of what humans have become at this point, and help him kind of start to fight back. So it's a very interesting story. So you do have people who, you know, it is following the RPG aspect with stats and things like that, but it goes kind of a different direction because it eventually goes from like a fantasy story to a sci-fi space opera over the course of the series. On the other hand, another one that I was reading, the title of which is called The Completionist, does what a lot of these games do, which is the main person, for whatever reason, can't live life normally. In this case, this guy, I think he was another soldier if I remember correctly, and once again, IED. So he's paralyzed, you know, he's quadriplegic. So he's given the option to kill off his body and put his brain into the simulation, and it will be his life from here on out. And when he does, he's one of the only people who actually bothers to read the EULA on the way in. So he's given a special power because of that. And in addition to that, because he's one of the first people to do, like, full immersion, he's attracted the attention of one of the gods of the game that understands the game, but it also understands that he's kind of a special case. So this god is going to give him special powers based on the fact that he's going to be the, you know, patron god of this guy. So it goes in a different direction entirely. And generally, you know, when you get these kind of unique things, it leads towards a kind of interesting story because of the kind of unique nature of the character, or the unique nature of what, you know, kind of what's special about them, basically. God, there are these certain levels that keep on screwing with me, and this is one of them because I didn't jump correctly. That being said, I keep on finding that a lot of these tend to be... They don't do the... Hold on, I got a dog who doesn't want to settle. Look, if you're going to be in my lap, if you lay down, you can be in my lap, but you can't be sitting on my headphone cord or getting in the way of my controller. Sit. No, just sit. No. Lay down. I've noticed that several of them tend to become harem stories, which isn't necessarily bad if they're done right. You know, it's very easy for characters to become, you know, Mary Sue characters in these stories. And a lot of these stories tend to have these very similar styles. The EULA one, where the guy gets a special ability which allows him to completely negate any one in-game contract that he reads. He's allowed to destroy the contract or disobey the contract without any downsides. I had actually read another story that used the same conceit for the same reason. It was the only person who bothered to read the ULA. And I kind of had an idea of what they were going to do with this, but at the same time, I didn't know exactly how they were going to use it. And it used it in kind of a more unique way, but I still kind of knew exactly what it was going to be done with it. I've read a couple of them that did decently. The one that I'm thinking of on top of my head is Alpha World, which is, you know, interesting ideas, kind of cool conceits done in there. The harem is, it took like 7 books for it to get there, but it was kind of hinting this would happen kind of all along. And the kind of thing that interests me about this one is that the main character doesn't really want it. He kind of says that, you know, this is something contrary to how I've grown up. But at the same time, he's got... And the reason why he doesn't want it, he was completely fine when he was a single guy having so many women to play with. But as soon as he becomes married to one of them, his statement is, okay, you know, now it's time for monogamy. And so several girls are still interested, but they kind of understand. But his wife specifically isn't. You know, she wants him to have the harem, but that's kind of how her world works. So it's, you know, it's standard harem. You know, let's give the guy a bunch of girls for a good reason. Or for a reason. This one just felt a little bit more like, you know, look, this is a different world with different rules, and their rules say that you're being an idiot by not doing this. Go for it. But at the same time, it's a little bit of a, okay, this is just an excuse to run harem. There's another one that I'm reading, which, kind of similar concept, actually, called, that I've talked about before, called Space Justice, which, I've been reading and enjoying. And, again, main character, the guy, is kind of against the concept. The girls are the ones that are more interested in it. And so, half the kind of drama going on is that it's the guy saying no, and all the girls saying, well, why not? That's, you know, if I didn't know several women personally that were cool with the open relationship thing, it would just immediately be right over the top. But once you... God damn, I did it again. Once you get to know people who are cool with that, then it becomes a little bit more, you know, understandable, and it kind of makes a little more sense. But at the same time, you know, it is still, hey, let's get... God damn it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Sometimes I'm able to bounce, and sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. Apparently that time was the time that I couldn't. I think I'd like it a little bit more if I actually had a character who was like a female character who had the harem thing going on. But at the same time, like, most female characters I've read would not be interested in it. And if they were interested in it, I would cry foul, because why would this character want this? So I think it's just kind of weird. I'm gonna hit the jump button as I land on them. I think I am. I might not be, though. And keep in mind, I'm holding down the run button. It may be that because I'm holding down the run button, it's not working correctly. That might have something to do with it. I don't know. I'll try making a point of hitting the jump button and not hitting the run button. See if that helps. And I know it's like a classic mechanic, but it's still driving me nuts because it's not working the way I want it to. It's more just I'm bad at it. I've been having trouble with the jump on the guy and bounce off the guy thing since the beginning of the game. If you go back and watch any of the VODs and just watch me kind of trying to do that to get the golden flagpoles, I haven't been able to do it the entire game long. It's probably just a timing thing I'm having trouble with. I mean, the thing is, it has to be a realistic character, and so far, I haven't really found any, like, realistic female characters in the books that would want that. I mean, then again, this might just be that I haven't met many women in real life that want a harem themselves. So it may just be that I don't have real world experience with a, with a real person that wants this. On the other hand, I've met a lot of guys who would love to have it. Again, seriously, when the time that you can't, like, scratch is when all the itches show up. Okay. So let's see if we can do this right. Oh, wait, we're not there yet. This is the one after this, I think. I don't think it would shock me. I just think, like, I know a variety of people and a variety of different relationships and a variety of different, variety of different things that are going on in their lives. That's just not one that I've heard before. Okay, I was able to make it through. Apparently I just wasn't timing it right, I guess? I don't know. Just gonna grab this in case I need it. Okay. That was the issue. Okay. I didn't grab onto it. Okay, 5 more. Hopefully they will not suck. I'm not a fan. I have no idea where I am. Okay. That jump was a terrible idea. And I just couldn't keep up. That sucks. At least now we know what's next. It's running towards the camera in that situation, which is the pain. Like, I've known a couple of women that have done, like,